Hello student, my name is Kalal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to my online lecture series of Basics of Automotive Systems. So today we will discuss a new topic based on the differential mechanism. In previous lectures we will start a new chapter, that is the chapter number 4 and topic number 1. In that case we will discuss about the differential, what is the function of differential, what are the working and construction of differential mechanism. So we will discuss now what is the drawback of differential mechanism and what is the new to exist to overcome this standard differential mechanism. Okay, shall we start? So this is the drawback of standard differential mechanism. In that case, if one wheel is in goes in the slippery track, or we can say slippery surface, like in that diagram, one wheel is in slippery surface, so that the whole powers which comes from the engine that goes to this tire, so that it will move faster, but it cannot good tractions, and the traction is here but power is not coming from the driven shaft is more. So that's why this is the difficulties comes in the standard differential mechanism. So let me overcome these problems. We will use a limited differential, a slip differential are used. Okay. Next, let's understand the working of the limited slip differential mechanism. Limited slip differential are used in automobile to overcome the traction difference. That means it is used to traction difference. That means it provides some slips. Okay, and in article working LSD explained in logical manner. So article, that means in that whole things which is I written in that here. Okay, these are the explanation of the limited slip differential. The problem with the standard differential is that they consider a situation where the vehicle fitted with the standard differential moves straight and one drive wheel is on a surface with a good traction. That means one wheel on a good tractions, the other wheel on slippery surface. In differential, in standard differential, what happens? Left and right axle rotation are completely independent. That means both the rotation are completely independent. That's why we'll make it will spin in excessive speed. That means both are the rotation is independent. That's why both the wheel speed is excessively high. Okay, while the good traction will remains almost dead. That means good traction which almost dead. This means high power supply to slippery wheel and low power flow to the good traction wheel, so the vehicle won't be able to move. Okay, the one way to overcome this problem is to limit the independency or relative motion between the left and right axles. Limited slip differential are introduced for this purpose. One of the most commonly used LSD technology is clutch plate based. That means LSD technology is based on the clutch plate based. So now let me understand clutch plate based technology. This is the construction of LSD, the basic component which are used in LSD, but the mechanism is whole is previous like a standard differential, but some things which are added in that LSD mechanism. It has a good pinion gear, ring gears, case, spider and side gears. All are the same things as a standard differential gear, but in that case we are used some plate like steel plate and friction plate. Here in that this is the open diagrams of the LSD. Here we use brown color is a steel plate. Okay, in alternate method these are the three steel plates, and these three are nothing but this is a friction disc. Okay, this is used in that LSD mechanism. That's why it is known as clutch based. Apart from its basic component, the limited slip gear has a good series of friction and steel plate packed between side gear and the casing. Okay, casing is nothing but these are the upper portion. These are the our casing. Okay, these are our casing system. The friction discs are having internal teeth and they are locked with the spline of the side gears, so the friction disc and side gear will always move together. Steel plates. What is the steel plate? Steel plates are having external tape. Okay, these have external tape. Here in this diagram, this is external tape on the steel plates. External provided on the steel tapes are made to fit the case groove, or this is the fitting in the case groove. Okay, this tape is fitted in the case groove. These are the stuff. This is the case groove. So they can rotate with this the case if any of the clutch peg assembly is well placed. The friction force within them will make it move as a single solid unit. When it is pressed, that means it is used as a single unit, no relative motion between them. Since the steel plate are locked with the case and friction disc with the side gear, in well placed clutch plate casing and the clutch peg will move together. That means no relative motion between them. Okay, or the motion from the casing is directly passed to the corresponding axle. Okay. Space between the side gear is fitted with the preloaded spring. Preloaded spring will always give a thrust force and will press clutch plate together. So working limited we already understand in the previous. What is the functions? The power is going to this shaft when it is pressed. Okay, these are the working limited of differential mechanism. On the other hand, clutch brake on the low traction will not engaged yet, so power flow will be limited to that side. So the vehicle will be able to overcome the traction difference. However, while taking a turn of LSD can act like normal differential. When you take a turn, LSD can act like a normal differential, that means standard differential. In this case, thrust force developed due to bevel gear separation action won't be high, and so the plate clutch will easily overcome the friction resistance and will be able to against each other. Thus the right and left wheel can have different speed just like an open differential. Following are the commonly used technologies used to overcome the drive wheel traction difference problem. So this is our limited slip differential mechanism, the function and its construction of the mechanism. Next is rear axle drives. Okay, and an axle is next is rear axle drives. The next new topic, rather than differential mechanism, this is the rear axle shaft which we introduced in that between differential and rear wheel. Okay, that's why it is a rear axle drives. Our chapter is not a total axles, that is a rear axles. Okay, the topic is like a rear axles. Rear axles. This is our topic, and this rear axle is also known as a live axles. Okay, an axle is center shaft for rotating the wheel or gears. On wheeled vehicle, the axles may be fixed to the wheel, rotating with them, and fixed to the vehicle with the wheel rotating around the axles. Okay, these are the diagrams of the axles, rear axles. Okay, this is the rear axle which is connected to this differential mechanism. This is the differential mechanism, and here we used a side gear, and this is the bearing which supports the shaft. Okay, here also one used bearing which support the shaft. These are the total known as the our axle casings. Okay, the outer portion is known as the axle casing. This is our axles. Okay, this is our differential mechanism, which power comes from the engine, and this is our axle casing, and this is the wheel. Okay, these are the diagram of the rear axles. Okay. Bearing and bushes are provided to mounting the point where the axle is supported. Various force and torque experienced by rear axles, weight of the body, driving thrust, torque reaction, and side thrust. Okay, so let me understand one by one weight of the body. The total weight of the vehicle weight or occupants or goods weight which comes on the spring which is used in that vehicle, that is a leaf spring, or we can say coil tap spring, which comes on that vehicle. Okay, which is divided on the axles in W by 2 and W by 2, because total weight is W and divided to W by 2, and the opposite to bear this load, two reactions are acting on that axles like R1 and R2 through the wheel. Okay, this is the two reaction forces. So the two type of stresses, or we can say forces, are acting in that case like a bending and shear. Okay, so these two forces are introduced here. Okay, next is a driving thrust. Driving thrust is nothing but the thrust which comes due to driving shaft or driving power or driving torque. The driving torque comes from the engine to propeller shaft to the differential mechanism to the axles. That's why when reaction torque is occurs, that is a driving thrust. Okay, opposite to the driving torque. Okay, next is torque reaction. This is very important. Torque reaction. Torque reaction is nothing but the reaction produced in that differential mechanism which comes from the shaft, which is beer by the shaft. Okay, how can it come? This bevel pinion this bevel pinion, when this one is stopped, okay, suppose it is stopped, that is a ring gears, okay, it is stopped ring gears, so bevel pinion tries to move on that ring gears, okay, that's why one force which is beared by that shaft is a thrust torque reactions which comes due to the when bevel pinions moves on that try to move on that ring gears, so it prevented by that axles. Okay, next is side thrust. Side thrust is nothing but side thrust is due to cornering force. While you taking a turn, the side thrust comes on that wheel and it takes a turn like a wind, how high velocity of wind which comes on the vehicle. That means a side thrust is comes that it can be reduced or eliminated by the we use a pan hard. Okay, pan hard we use, or we can say one road on a cross sections. Okay, on we can say on cross axis, or we can say transverse axis, we use the side thrust members, so we can eliminate the or we can reduce the side thrust. Okay, these are the four forces which beared by the rear shaft axles. Okay, so in next lectures we will discuss the different types of rear axles like